Hi, my friends. Welcome back. Glad you're here. Today, I wanted to focus on if you have tight hamstrings, how to roll those out. It's going to be a little bit different. We are going to use a foam roller. Foam rolling your hamstrings is very challenging. It requires quite a bit of upper body strength and core strength. So, if you have a tennis ball, I highly recommend that you go and get that. Lacrosse ball, baseball might hurt, softball will hurt. Has a little bit of give. Those balls don't have a little bit of give. And if you want to try it with your foam roller so you can experience it, please do. But what we're going to do is just work on some hamstring mobility today. Okay, so go grab tennis ball, foam roller, lacrosse ball, something like that. Lacrosse ball is hardcore too, but that's why I go with tennis ball. You could even use probably a dryer ball unless it has a bunch of pokies on it. Maybe a dog toy if you have dogs. Something that's small and round. All right. So go ahead and grab that. Okay. So we're going to first start with a foam roller just so you can experience foam rolling the hamstrings and what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put my tennis ball down here. On the floor, and this cannot be done on your bed. The bed is too soft and it won't allow you to roll your hamstring. So we'll start. Here's the deal. When you're foam rolling your any muscle, the muscle that you're foam rolling has to be relaxed, and that's where the challenge comes in because it's so hard to relax your hamstring while you're trying to lift your body off the floor. If you can try to roll this way, keeping your leg relaxed, but you're probably not going to feel much. It's when you cross your opposite leg on top of the leg you're rolling, that's when you'll feel a lot of find more knots and find more tension that needs to be released. But getting that leg to that position can be hard. So if you want to try to cross your ankle over your opposite leg where you're rolling, if you want to try to cross your legs, like one hamstring over the top of your other quad, you can. But then you have to lift your body off the floor and try to roll that there. So again, remember we need to leave the the hamstring that you're rolling needs to be relaxed. Okay? So if you want however you can accomplish that. So it requires a lot of tricep strength, some back strength, shoulder strength just to lift and roll. Because those glutes, it doesn't work very well if your glutes are flat, like you're sitting on the floor. You have to keep those glutes off the floor to get the most benefit out of your roll. So you'll start at the top of the knee, back of the knee, and then just roll to your glute. That's it. So if you found a lot there, go ahead and hang out. If you didn't, we'll switch to the other side. But what you're doing is looking for a bunch of knots. So when you find a knot, you'll just stop and hang out on it for like 10 to 20 seconds, and then you'll move to the next knot. So if you find a knot and you're like, oh, that's a big one, and you want to try sitting down, see if you still get the same, the pain in the knot remains the same if your glutes are lifted or if they're off the floor. Because chances are once you sit down, you're going to lose the massaging part of the exercise by sitting down. So trying to keep that upper body up is ideal. Now you have 3 different muscles in your hamstring, and you'll want to try to get both. So your hamstring, there's a muscle here which we're going to address with the tennis ball. Then there's one down the middle. Then there's one over on the other side. So if you aren't, if you just try to focus, again, relaxing your leg as much as you can, focus on the middle part of the hamstring is easiest to get with the foam roller on the floor. But we'll start at the top of the knee and work to base of the hip, or just roll into that glute. And now you're welcome for the upper body work too. Hopefully, if you have, so hamstrings are a challenge because if you have carpal tunnel or shoulder issues, it's really hard to foam roll those hamstrings. So hopefully you've got a little bit of massaging done with the foam roller. Let's grab that tennis ball next, and you're going to need a chair as well. So I'm going to go from a side view so that you can really see what we're trying to do. So if you were to relax your leg, and the hamstring that we're going to try to get is right between the big part of your hamstring. It's halfway up. So it's between the big part of the hamstring and the outer part of your leg, and it's halfway up. So it doesn't connect all the way down. It's about halfway up. So we're going to try to put the tennis ball there and relax your leg, but it's going to go deep into the leg because the muscle is deep. So you're just going to sit there, start about halfway up, and then we'll roll to the base of the hip. You're feeling for knots or tension there. And if you have like knee issues, outer knee issues, if your lower back is maybe tight sometimes, this muscle could be part of the culprit of it if it feels tight or if you're finding. I know it doesn't feel amazing sitting on a tennis ball. If you can find that area there that's not to the outside and not right smack dab in the middle, but just almost to the outside. You'll know when you're on it because it feels pretty intense. So we're gonna stretch all this hamstring stuff out right after we're done here. Okay, but you want that leg completely relaxed. And we're trying to just find areas that feel like you're giving yourself a deep tissue massage. If you want to try to get the long part of that hamstring where it's right down the middle using your tennis ball, you can see if it's a little bit easier than the foam roller. You can try. It I it's such a big muscle that the tennis ball makes it a little bit more challenging. So you might have to roll side to side a little bit. So if you want to try it with the tennis ball, please do. All right. Now we're going to move to that second leg. So we'll turn this around so you can see a little bit better. And again, trying to find not straight down the middle, but just to the outside, halfway up is where we're going to sit on that. Trying to relax that leg as much as possible. Are you finding anything? Just out of curiosity. Sometimes I have clients who are just like, I can't find anything. It's not working. So, but other clients are like, oh yeah, we found the jackpot right there. So let me know. Did you find anything in those hamstrings? Okay. It almost feels like it's going to shoot out from the side of your leg. It's that close to the side of your leg. So you don't want it to be popping out. You're a little too far out, I think, but we're a little bit higher. All right, guys, you found anything? So if you found a lot and you want to hang out there, stay there longer. If you want to move to the middle part of your hamstring and try to find something there, please do. The goal, it's just really hard because your hamstring is supposed to be relaxed. By the way, you do not want to ever have like numbing of the lower part of your leg or shooting pain. That means you're on a nerve. So you just have to be careful, okay? And not be aware of how things are feeling. And the hard part about the hamstring is you're supposed to be relaxed, but you're using mostly quad and hip flexor, but sometimes some hamstring just to try to find a knot. So hamstrings a little bit more challenging. Okay, let's stretch those out. So we're just going to do it from a standing position. We'll first start off with right heel on the chair, slight bend in your knee, and then lean forward. Your toe is pointing to the sky or the ceiling. Should be a nice stretch right down the center part of that hamstring. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to take that foot to the floor and slight bend. So you're going to stick your hips back and now take your left hand to outside of right calf. And it's going to switch the stretch into a different part of your hamstring, hopefully. If all you feel is a bunch of calf, then we should foam roll those two. But here's 5, 4, 3, just that little twist changes where the stretch is. And good. We'll go other side. Slight bend in that left knee. Just lean forward, keeping that toe pointing toward the ceiling. Hopefully you're feeling a difference in those hamstrings, getting them a little bit looser. Great. And now let's take that left foot to the floor, stick those hips back, slight bend in your left knee, and then take right hand to outside of left calf. And 4, 3, 2, done. Okay. Hopefully those hammies feel a little bit looser now. Great. That was the one muscle group that we hadn't foam rolled in a previous video. So if you're interested about other muscle groups that we foam rolled, the calves, the quads, inner thighs, I'll link that in the description below. But other than that, have a great day. See you at the next one. Hey, if you got value out of this video, please subscribe and also comment below what else you'd like to see, because this channel is for you, to help you be better in your everyday life. Thanks for subscribing. Tell your friends about it, and we'll see you on the next video.